What's up, guys? Welcome back to the first critical points of 2018. Apologize for the delays, but ran into a lot of problems. My laptop died. Had to reformat and restore a lot of things, and now it's running even slower. But we're happy to be back. Me and Media here.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Glad to be back, guys.
We wanted to do an interview with Impreza. We're still trying to get that done and probably out to you guys hopefully before tomorrow, which I probably doubt. Just the time frame's too short. But there's a lot going on in the Cpoints community.
It takes a while sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so my videos, I don't know if you guys saw, they take 10 to 12 hours to render, so it's definitely a process. But lots to talk about in the Cpoints community right now. First, we're going to start with this weekend's Valiance. So we have the NA and South America regions going up. We're going to focus on the NA side just because we're more familiar with that. But we know NIA is going to do well. New Era's there, Insanity Killers, those guys are familiar names. But let's talk about the NA community here. The NA scene. Infinity Forge. Really excited, glad to see them come back and make their way into the group stages. Tyler and I have known Coco for probably about a year now since we kind of came into the community and the scene. So I'm glad to see them in there. Do you feel like they could be a dark horse in this, like a Cinderella team? I
think they could be that underdog.
You think they could be the underdog?
That comes up and wins it.
I mean, they're going up against Team Pharaoh and Impreza. So they got 2 games this weekend. And it might be tough. I know Coco has been working with the roster and stuff, so it'll be interesting to see. Quick predictions. I think Infinity Forge is going to defeat Team Pharaoh. And I think they're going to give Impreza a good run, but I think Impreza is going to take the second game.
I think they might take it too, honestly. Team Pharaoh, though, I don't know. I haven't seen them play yet.
I don't know much about Team Pharaoh, I'm not going to lie, but it'll be interesting to see. I like Judgment had a post the other day, really exciting for the NA community. You got teams like Seminole, IFL, who's made a name, and Impreza coming up. It's great to see Infinity Forge.
Seeing new names come up and win it right now.
Yeah, you had Exile, one of our former players, Gods, aka Godsta. Him and Zempha made a team. Exile, they did really well in ESL. Yeah. Let's move on to the next match here. It's going to be what I'm calling the marquee matchup of the day. Gangstars versus Impreza.
Yeah.
Now, we all know that the GS is the team to beat, and they've held that crown
team right now
for pretty much the latter part of 2017 and moving into 2018. So, that being said, I think the teams with the most to lose are going to be IFL, GS, and Impreza, and here's why. GS, because everyone's chasing them. They got their target on their back. Everyone wants to be like, we beat GS in a Valiance tournament. So, especially for NA now.
Right now. It's that spot, that number 1 spot.
Everyone wants the number 1 spot. And GS rightfully owns that number 1 spot. So, but the reason I think Impreza has a lot to lose is because they kind of made a big name for themselves in the last few weeks in ESL Cups. And now they're in the Valiance winter season. Plus, there's kind of a little bit of controversy going around with Impreza. You saw Judgment take shots at Jackson. So it'll be interesting to see how they do. And then, obviously, I think IFL has a lot to lose because they did make a big impact last season. And they have made a big name for themselves. So let's go with predictions for Gangstars versus Impreza. Who do you got winning?
Oh, that's a tough one. But I'm going to have to go with Gangstars.
Going with Gangstars? If you're going with GS, I'm going to go with the underdogs. I'm going to go with Impreza.
Yeah. GS is just so hard to beat. Their lineup is just so well put together.
I think it's going to be close. I think it's not going to be a 13-6 or anything like that. It's going to be a 13-12, 13-11.
It's just amazing.
Yeah, GS, I mean, there's a reason why they're number 1. So shout out to GS and our friends in GS here. So the next match, it's going to be IFL versus detour. This is going to be a close game.
Yeah.
It's very, in my opinion, it's tough to predict who's going to win this.
Well,
IFL's
D2R's
done
been
really
going
well.
through some changes themselves.
Yeah,
too.
Detour has gone through a lot of
lately.
roster changes. IFL has also gone
Yeah.
through some roster changes. I think Vitali might have left. I'm not sure. And then so Detour now has sorry, not we have, but
Well,
Detour
plus the
has.
ban wave.
The band wave's probably going to take care of
That's hit
people.
a few people.
I think so. Right now, Detour's roster is pretty solid. You know, a lot of people seeing Detour have many players go through the roster. Shout out to Alpha, who's now in E8 and they're ESL champions.
Wish them nothing but the best.
Wish them nothing but the best. But I think this is going to be tough. You know, and obviously Tyler and I have info and intel because we can see the comp data. But it's going to be close. I think it's going to be D2R edging it out.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that IFL won't win because they can. They definitely can. But we'll see because we have new members on the roster moving into the Valiance Cup. Retros came back. We have a couple members on trial, so it'll definitely be interesting to see what happens. Definitely good luck to both teams. I have mad respect for Fish and all the stuff that they're doing in IFL. And then the last match, Infinity Ford versus Impreza. And I don't want you to sleep on this match because I think this could be a very big determining factor for the rest of the group stages because you have Impreza playing twice and Infinity Forge playing twice. If one of those teams can get a 2-0 to start, that can really put pressure on a lot of the other teams, especially if GS loses once or D2R loses once, IFL loses once. You know, they're already playing catch up. So for one of those teams to really put that pressure on the rest of those top tier teams, I think would be very interesting to see for the Cup. What do you think?
Honestly, I can't wait to see what's going to happen this week coming up. I honestly want to see IFL go up against GS personally again.
Yeah. That'll probably be in the next week's one. I mean, I think a lot of people are looking for that grudge match.
Yeah.
So what are your predictions for Infinity Forge versus Impreza?
Honestly, I think Infinity Forge is going to surprise a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people are ready to see what's going to happen for them.
Okay.
I'm excited to see myself.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen them play in a while either.
True. Coco and them have been kind of laying low key. I'm excited. I think Valence brings a lot of great production value to it. You know, multiple rooms, analysts, and casters as well.
What about any new and upcoming teams that you think?
I think they're right here. You know, I mean, obviously IF isn't new, but they've been around. Oh yeah, but real quick, I think IF could pull up the upset.
Yeah.
I think IF could pull up the
I'd
upset.
love to see that, to be honest.
So
Coco's been working hard.
I like seeing the upsets. The upsets are a big deal to me. Yeah. So newer teams coming up in the NA scene. You have Seminole. Obviously, Impreza's made their mark. Exile came and went. And it's kind of
We're starting to see a lot more competition.
A lot more
nice.
comp in the NA scene. And then you also you're seeing I'm not gonna say a lot less, but less of like the team jumping, clan hopping.
Yeah.
Because
I think everyone's starting to settle in.
Yeah,
finally,
people are starting to settle in, and it's good for the community. It's good for the scene.
They definitely need that. Teams just need to stick together and work on their roster.
Yeah, they do, and that's very important. I'm not saying that D2R hasn't juggled rosters by any stretch of the imagination.
I think the only team right now who really hasn't is GS.
No,
They
yeah,
have a solid team.
They have a solid team. I mean, it's probably the fact that they are under contract. Yeah. It's done very professional over there, and their management staff does really well. So. And plus they build a winning atmosphere, which is something that a lot of these other teams haven't done yet. So when you build a winning atmosphere, you want to be a part of that continually. So it just makes sense. So I think after the first week, if we're going through here, I think there's going to be a couple of splits and possibly an upset. And I hate to say this, but it could be D2R losing.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily an upset anymore. Yeah. That the way that teams have been building each other lately and building that chemistry, there's really not that top two and then that separation gap anymore.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I think once all the roster changes and everything settle in, like that's when we'll see a lot of teams and their competition really build up here in this community.
I definitely agree. And then, plus, like, shout out to Valiance for, up in the ante, 6K prize
yeah.
pool, splitting
It's
up
gonna be big.
regional. They got, like I mentioned earlier, they have multiple people working on this production. Like, we're a
Still
small
working on
team.
the LAN coming up too this year.
So hopefully there will be a LAN this year, 2018. It would be great to see. We'll see what happens. Let's move on next to. We're gonna congratulate here Seminole for winning the North American Cup 2 over IFL. And you had mentioned new and upcoming teams. Seminole is definitely one of them. Taking down an opponent like IFL, definitely very, very highly regarded in the community now. They've built their name. So it's good to see.
I love seeing new teams come up. Yeah.
It's good to see those newer teams come up. And,
That's how you know the comp scene is growing right there.
Absolutely. It won't be as a shock anymore when a new team beat a top tier or mid tier team and then they instantly call out hacks. That's those days I hope are gone. So that
they've been doing an awesome job in those ban waves too.
Yeah, a lot of people every what Thursday, Friday they're throwing the ban hammer down.
Yeah.
So
definitely don't cheat, guys.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to cheat. Another thing coming on the community is Mobile Esports just announced their pistol tournament.
I'm actually really excited for this.
I'm actually also excited for this.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool concept.
This could go any direction for anybody.
I think it's cool because Mobile Esports is really kind of innovative with their tournament styles. Valiance is too, but I like some of the stuff that Mobile Esports doing.
Yeah.
The pistol tournament to me is interesting because I feel like it adds that fun factor. They did do the sniper tournament, and they also did the what was it? Where everyone used like the SMGs and stuff. So assault. Yeah, that's right. Anti-assault.
Anti-assault. Yeah.
So I think this is cool because it adds that fun factor, and there's a lot of people that really do practice just pistol one taps.
What's your favorite pistol to use?
Mine is definitely the I'm horrible at it though, but the 9.6.
Yeah.
I only because I'm partial because I have a skin for it. That's the only really gun I have a skin for, so I like that one.
Honestly, I love the dualies, even though everyone hates it. I actually rarely use it, but I like those.
The dualies, yeah, the dualies. I rarely play it though, so I don't know.
I love them though; they're just fun to play with. But.
Yeah, I think the cool thing about the pistol tournament is, as people may look at it as like it's dumb or a joke, I look at it as actually the pistol round is a very important part of a match. You definitely get the money if you win, the round if you win.
And it can make or break it, especially halftime.
It puts your team at an advantage. It definitely does. Like on that flip too, if you got that momentum going in, or if you're down and you get that pistol round, you can either A, continue your momentum, or B, swing the tables around in your favor. So
me personally, like the first 2 rounds, I never buy. Just save that money for the team.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see this tournament, though. I'm excited.
So one of the things, I wanted to talk about was cash prizes in this game, and the reason I bring this up is because I feel like the community as a whole is now getting used to having these tournaments. Last year we had 2 10Ks, and quarterly Valiance gives out the 2K, now bumped to 6 prize pool. One of the things that I think people need to realize and remember is this game is still in development. We're about to get 9.7, 9.8. We're not at the full launch yet. And for people to not like the mobile esports pistol tournament or ESL's community cups, they're that. ESL is a community cup. It's not a major or minor.
ESL's a big name in general.
I agree. ESL is definitely a big name, but it's run by the community. And I think people have kind of forgotten where this game came from, where, in the last few years, you went from just cases, and now you have premium cases, so you actually get a prize pool and a cash prize that you could potentially win. And that's, to me, is yes, everyone that is pro, quote-unquote pro, plays to win money. But if that's like your only factor, like to me, it's just I don't like it. Just like how I look at athletes, professional athletes or entertainers. You wouldn't be there without your fans. Your fans help you grow as well and build your community and name.
That's how this community is going to grow too.
I agree.
You all got to pitch in, everyone.
I definitely agree. And the cash prizes will come, and when those cash prizes come, that's going to be great. There already is decent big cash prizes, but I think people need to remember the game is in development still.
I feel like we all got to show support to those smaller tournaments too.
Yeah, show support to smaller tournaments. And then I'm not going to lie, we got called out on, we haven't played any small tournaments either, in the last year. But at the same time, if you're going to throw shade at these other tournaments, you don't have to say anything.
Yeah.
And that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. But I think, respect the game, respect the community, respect that there are players in this game and players that are getting paid to play this game where there's people in this community that would love that opportunity to have that, They look up to these people, so they got to have that respect for them as well.
Yeah. Well, we haven't played in some of those smaller ones, but we've helped support them too.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So
definitely show support.
But that's pretty much it for what we have today. I know it's a short episode, but
we'll be back for more of that.
We're definitely going to be back. We're trying to get back into things. Like I said before, I had a lot of problems with the laptop.
Busy too. The holidays and stuff. Everything going on.
Yep. Oh, quick notes. This is D2R related. We are still giving away an iPad and a headset. So stay tuned to that on the D2R channel.
We'll have info on that coming up soon. Probably in the next week or so. We'll let everyone know.
Yep. I think also we should give away some of the Legacy Apex apparel. So maybe Cpoints will do a giveaway, D2R will do a giveaway, and then I personally will do a giveaway for one of each shirt. So thank you guys for watching and supporting us. Until then, peace.
See ya.